The upcoming movie, Thor, Love and Thunder is in talks right now, and director Taika Waititi shared many details about this 2022 movie. Let's just talk about this movie and all questions that might be fogging up your brain related to the movie. We will definitely be sharing the details as shared by the director along with some details that we researched for you guys, exclusively. We will talk about whether Thor would continue to be Bro-Thor and don a beer belly, how Jane Foster would get a hold of Thor's mighty weapon the Mjolnir, will Loki be a part of the movie or not, how Asgard might look in this movie, and if this movie will be as funny as Thor, Ragnarok, or would it be even better. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started. But before that, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. You can also hit the bell icon to not miss out on any of our videos. After Avengers, Age of Ultron, Thor became a household name in MCU, not to mention, a favorite of millions across the globe. However, the credits go to Thor, Ragnarok director Taika Waititi, who did not just tweak Thor's character but made him more likable and well received by the audience. What caught our attention was Thor's fun banter with the Guardians of the Galaxy in Infinity War, him appearing with the Stormbreaker and of course, Thor being Bro-Thor, unapologetically. This highlights how Thor is changing and becoming better with every single movie, as is the MCU. Now, jumping on to the hot question of the hour, where will Thor, Love and Thunder start from? A second version of the same question is, Thor was last seen in Endgame, leaving with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now that was pretty exciting for the fans since we had already witnessed the equation that Thor shared with the Guardians. And it is exactly why Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3 was supposed to be one of the first few movies of Phase 4, but an unfortunate clash between Disney and director James Gunn shifted the movie to Phase 5. But before this incident, Marvel Studios had announced Thor, Love and Thunder, which leaves us with the question, will Thor be a part of Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3? Before answering that, we must let you know, director of the movie Thor, Taika Waititi has already confirmed that the Guardians would indeed make a cameo appearance in the upcoming movie, Thor, Love and Thunder, which might clear our doubts related to Thor's departure with the Guardians. Now, coming back to the previous question, when Guardians of the Galaxy star, Chris Pratt was asked the same question. He said they had still not received a script, while reinstating our beliefs that Thor might be a part of Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3. Moving on to the next question, how is Mjolnir planning on a return? Last year, during Comic-Con, it was announced Natalie Portman would be returning to screen as Jane Foster, and in the same event director Taika Waititi handed the Mjolnir to Natalie Portman, further announcing that we will witness Jane Foster's mighty Thor in this movie. But that announcement paved way for many more questions. For starters, in the comic book world, Jane Foster becomes Thor by lifting the Mjolnir, but where will this Mjolnir come from in the MCU? Since it was crushed in the very beginning of Thor, Ragnarok, how is Jane Foster supposed to become Thor if there is no Mjolnir to lift? This question gets answered in the recently released Thor, Love and Thunder concept art, where a new part of Asgard is shown to us. One can notice how neatly the Asgardian ships have been aligned to ease out the departure and arrival of the Asgardian warriors, because obviously now they do not have Heimdall. If you do notice the concept art carefully, on the top left corner it is written Mjolnir, which means that either that place has been built in order to commemorate the Mjolnir, or Thor is going to return to Asgard and try and get a new Mjolnir built, which is what will be lifted by Jane Foster, eventually. The biggest question that the majority of fans had was, who will be a part of the movie and who won't? As far we know, Jane Foster will be a part of the movie as Mighty Thor, and so will be Valkyrie. One character that is definitely not making a comeback this time, is Bro-Thor with his big beer belly. During the recent screening of Thor, Ragnarok, Taika Waititi made it clear that Thor will return back to shape and don his chiseled physique as before, or maybe even better. However, when Waititi was asked if Loki will be a part of the movie, he chose to give a very unclear answer. We all know that the upcoming Disney Plus series Loki is not the same Loki whom we know from the main MCU timeline, which means if the series Loki matches the Thor from this timeline, it would bring in a lot of confusion because the Loki known to Thor had already changed, while if we talk about this Loki, he was last beaten up by Hulk, which means he'd be as angry with Thor as he was before. Apart from all this, the villain of the upcoming movie will be portrayed by Christian Bale, who will appear as Gore the God Butcher. Waititi also cleared out that Silver Surfer will definitely not be a part of this MCU movie, but we were not even expecting Silver Surfer to make an appearance, then why did Waititi mention him? Suspicious, isn't it? Also, Jamie Alexander, who portrays the role of Lady Sif, recently announced that she will a part of this movie. Lady Sif was not seen after the movie Thor, The Dark World, which implies this movie might explain her absence all this while. Korg and Meek will also be a part of this movie, And Meek's concept art was recently released where Meek can be seen donning a female body exoskeleton and in another concept art donning a skirt. But, as far as we remember, Korg was talking about Meek in Thor Ragnarok as Meek was a male character, but in this upcoming movie, Meek might get a voice and reveal itself to be a female character. Mark Ruffalo's Hulk would also make a cameo in the movie, which is pretty interesting, don't you think? Now moving further to some more interesting details, when Waititi was asked what kind of movie will Thor, Love and Thunder actually be, he reverted by saying it will be a much better movie than Thor Ragnarok, and watching this movie would make you feel as if Ragnarok was a very safe movie. He further added, "This movie is like we asked 10-year-old kids what all they want in this movie, and we approved them all." On top of it, he said the movie would also include space sharks and Beta Ray Bill might also make an appearance. And if everything that Waititi mentioned is to be believed, this movie might be amazing, and it turned to be a blockbuster hit won't come as a surprise. But before ending this video, we have got to tell you that Waititi shared a part of the script with his fans, which mentions Tony Stark and his return. Now you can go through the script yourself and judge if this is a prank or are we in for a major surprise. So this is all for the movie, Thor, Love and Thunder, which is scheduled to release in February 2022. Hope you enjoyed this video. However, if you think we missed out on a point or if you have a point you figured out, do let us know in the comment section below.